Hey guys, Big Square, roadtoroota.com. Cryptos are catching a bid, silver's catching a bid. Steve Mnuchin's basically letting up on the pressure so that he can get his $4 trillion to continue the rig job. That's the way I see it. Cryptos are not freely traded. They are an alternative to the current monetary system. The old surviving power will do everything they can to crush crypto investors, crush anybody who messes with their system, even if it is a honest, viable alternative to the unbacked fiat monetary system that has to be rigged every single day just to survive. We're over 1.5 trillion on the repo bailouts, and any system that needs to be bailed out every night with 1.5 trillion dollars should not be up and running. And that's kind of where we are. Will they bail out the banksters again? Probably. How long will it last? Unknown. Probably not very long. Those who got excited about the crypto language that was in the original bailout bill, that language has been scrubbed, so I hear. So don't get too excited. Although, if you have not gotten your cryptocurrencies yet, you should do that before the change happens. Now, this change is going to happen no matter what Trump does. Trump is talking about reopening the markets, reopening the cities, basically at a time when it's going to be the worst part of the peak of the virus curve. As you can see, here's a chart from JP Morgan. Here's where we are on the curve is just the acceleration point, right way back here. We have to go all the way up to the top before we come down. Trump should be opening markets and cities and all that right around here after we've peaked and we're on the recovery, so we don't cause too much chaos by opening the markets and cities and all that. Now that's probably months away. So he's not going to do that. He's talking about opening it right in here in the accumulation phase. That's crazy, because here's where this thing is going. If you go to, I'm going to show you guys something I update every 2 days now on the exponential corona graph chart. I've had to change this to the time frame doubling from 4 days. At first it was 6 days, then 4 days, then 2 days, because we're testing so much in the United States now. Right now, yesterday or 2 days ago, we were at 32,000. We're already up in the 50,000 range and 500 or 600 deaths. By the end of today, I had us at 64,000. I don't know if we'll hit 64,000 because just the other day I doubled it to every 2 days because that's the way it had been going. So we're going to see where this goes, but if it doubles every 2 days, we're at 64,000 by the end of tonight. And then in 2 days from there, 128,000. And the time frame that Trump is talking about opening will just be hitting the millions of people infected and over 10,000 dead. And that's April 1st. He's talking about the 5th and the 9th. It's going to go up massively from there. And the dead is going to rise as we run out of hospital beds greatly. That's 1.3%. We were at on the 22nd. It's probably going to go to 5 or 10% if this happens, where you get over 1 million people infected, which right now it's looking like absolutely it will happen. Now, hopefully it slows down. Hopefully they discover a cure. But right now, every day, tens of thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of people are getting infected still today. Why? Because there was probably 1 million people infected way back in March. They just didn't test anybody. That was the biggest problem. They lagged in the testing. Hawaii's the worst. Now Hawaii's going crazy. They're locking Hawaii up. And I was screaming about it. They didn't test. And it was one of the most popular tourist attractions of China and Japan. It was obvious. And now they're paying the price for it. They're going on full lockdown. So we're right now, I have us hitting 1 million by April 1st. And it might seem crazy because there's only 32,000 2 days ago. A day and a half ago, there was 32,000. But you run the numbers, it's exponential numbers jump very fast. Just keep doubling and doubling and doubling. Hopefully everybody's learned their math lesson over the last couple days and weeks. And all you got to do is pull out a spreadsheet and say, okay, if we're at 32,000 on March 22nd and we're doubling every 2 days, how fast will we hit 1 million? April 1st. That's not very far away. That's a little over a week away. And that's when Trump's going to start saying, and can our system even stay intact that long? Here's a great article by Patrick Buchanan, Buchanan.org. We must kill the economy to kill the virus, ? Quote, how long can the shutdown be sustained if the necessities of life for the unemployment and unpaid begin to run out? Is it necessary to create an economic and social crisis to solve the medical crisis? We cannot let the cure be worse than the problem, tweeted the president on Sunday night, adding that after the 15-day shutdown, quote, we will make a decision as to which way we will go. Now, look at where we'll be after the 15-day. We'll be right in here, April 5th to April 9th. In that area, there'll be 2 to 4 million people getting the virus with 26,000 deaths. And the next 2 days, which is actually I changed it to 4 because here's what I think. I think we'll go right up to the point where Trump and the U.S. government said, okay, we're going to shut down for 15 days, which cuts us right at, I'm not exactly, I think it was around the 18th or so. Anyway, we're getting right past April 1st, and they're going to start lying about the projected numbers. I have the projected, these are the actuals are in yellow. These are the projected based on this, doubling every 2 days and these doubling every 2 days. And then I expect come April 5th, when Trump says, all right, we're going to open the economy, I expect it to start going down as far as what they tell us. And that's why I put on the right side, expected lies. Expect lies. They're going to tell us, oh, we've peaked, kind of like China did. Oh, we peaked at 80,000, and we know that millions and probably over 1 billion people were infected in China. But they stopped reporting at 80,000. Now, will Trump stop reporting at 80,000? I don't think so. I don't think the Democrats would let him. Will he stop reporting at 1 million? Maybe. Say, oh, it worked. 15 days are up. Everybody go back to work. And then everybody goes back to work and the spread continues. And the amount of deaths start ramping up greatly as the hospital beds fill up. So anyway, I know I'm Debbie Downer these days, but they should have made the switch over to the new system before the bad guys had a chance to release this bioweapon. That was the big mistake the good guys made. Now they got to deal with both. Taking down the old system, arresting all these people, and dealing with this coronavirus. So that'll be the question. Here's the question time frame. Now, don't forget, here's where we are on the curve. Right here in the acceleration phase. And we got at least 2 or 3 weeks until we just begin the late accumulation. Then, boom, numbers spike if they record them. And then we probably should not get back to business as usual until we're halfway down the recovery. But that's not what these guys are going to do. And I think it'll be a fatal mistake unless there is some kind of cure that is proven. I hear the new cures every day, and all of a sudden people are getting ill from those. And the cure is worse than the illness. So, yeah. Your best defense against this is to load up on vitamin C and chaga and all the things you're talking about. Vitamin D, Eucena. Once you get a cough, start using that stuff in your water, and you'll spit up a lot of phlegm from your lungs. And this is good for any kind of cough, any kind of respiratory problem. It doesn't have to be COVID-19. It could be normal flu. So definitely get yourself some Eucena. U-S-N-E-A. I don't even know how you say it. Eucena. U-S-N-E-A. And everything else you could do. Now is the time to fortify your body, not wait for the government to come bail you out with whatever they're going to do, because most likely the Trump and the Republicans will be leaning on the side of opening too soon. When they open too soon, I mean, when is too soon? When we hit 1 million on April 1st? When we hit 1 million people have this thing on April 1st? 13,000 deaths? You think the public will stand for allowing the economic system to open up knowing that so many people are dying? No. Crash the old system, and it's a great cover for putting in a new system. A sound system. Something based on math, not human beings. But it's not going to be that pretty. It's not going to be that easy. I mean, we could go right here to April 1st, and we could say, okay, we can vote on it. Hey, nation, what do you want to do? Do you want to open up the economic system and expose millions more to the potential for death? Or should we crash the old system, forgive all debt, and start with something new? I bet you most people will crash the old system. You know why? Because their jobs won't even be there when this thing opens up again. Most companies can't last more than a couple weeks being closed down. And you know the banks can't last. The derivative market has been just destroyed. Destroyed. There is no coming back from that. That $4 trillion that Mnuchin's begging for right now, it wouldn't do anything against the $2 quadrillion derivative market. Remember, everybody was, oh, that's just notional value. Well, notional becomes reality when people start defaulting on third-party counterparty risk. Notional becomes real value. That's the 2 quadrillion that have imploded as of today and yesterday. Remember, the banks have to report earnings. I'll guarantee you. Let's see if this happens. I'll bet you that nobody reports earnings even. It can't even lie about it. The government will say, oh, you don't have to report earnings. And then they'll prop the stock market up even more. It's insane. So that's what's going on, and it's always nice to see silver above $14. I don't hear that the supply is refilling real fast. I do know there's a hell of a lot of people buying silver at massive premiums. This might be your last chance to buy silver. I do not know. But if you want to get some silver, send Andy Sheckman an email, andy@milesfranklin.com. And he said he'd get all the Road to Ruta subscribers the best price. So go test him on it. Anyway, this is Bix. Hang in there. We're going to get through this, and hopefully the end of the tunnel is the destruction of the old system and the implementation of something new. Check out roadtoruta.com, the private road for the timeline. I haven't changed the timeline yet, although it seems like it's moving faster. If Mnuchin gets this $4 trillion, I think the timeline will be pretty much spot on. I might do a little tweaking of it to give it a couple more months, but $4 trillion can't plug a $2 quadrillion hole that's been blown into derivatives. This is Bix. I'll talk to you later.